Alright, cool. Invincible Season 4 is absolutely peak right now. It is so good, and they're slowly introducing new characters that we haven't seen yet, and one of them is Space Racer. Now, when we first see him in Season 4, I can't lie, I was kind of thinking, who on earth is this person? This person who rides a flying motorbike and has a pistol that shoots out planet-destroying type of beams, who also managed to survive 100 years or something underneath so many meteorites. Bro, after hearing or seeing all that, I had to go do some more research on this character, and yeah, apparently that gun he has is no joke. So I thought I'd just make this video on which fictional character I think could beat Space Racer and who Space Racer could beat. If you are a big fan of Space Racer and know more about the Invincible lore, correct me in the comments below because I really want to know more about Space Racer. But yeah, enough yapping, let's just get into it. Starting off, we have got Batman. Now, I just know whether or not Batman is on Earth or if he's got a ship to space. Yeah, Batman is absolutely cooked. He is not defeating Space Racer. I'm sorry. Space Racer is literally like Lobo, like Invincible's version of Lobo. Yeah. I can't see a way where Batman, without prep time, I'm not doing prep time, no one has prep time here. I can't see him without prep time dodging those planetary, star-destroying type of beams. Yeah, I'm sorry, Batman is absolutely cooked. Next up, we have got Superman. Now, interesting, because Space Racer's gun, that planet-destroying pistol, he has to be so careful whenever he's fighting in space because apparently, if he misplaces his shots, he could end up destroying a planet, a sun, a star, because apparently those beams just go wherever he shoots it, and it'll just keep going until it hits something, which is absolutely crazy, I won't lie. He has like a universal nuke in that pistol, which is absolutely insane. Space Racer encountered Thragg, and Thragg actually got the better of him, because Thragg was just so much faster than all the other enemies that Space Racer encountered. Now, Space Racer is able to kill and harm viltrumites. However, since Thragg is the most powerful viltrumite, it was a lot difficult. And well, Space Racer, when he started to encounter Thragg, he absolutely spammed that pistol. It pretty much became an automatic universal nuke. He was just spamming it everywhere, spraying and praying, hoping it hits Thragg. None of them hit Thragg, and he just had to escape. He managed to escape Thragg, but yeah. That was just some context of Space Racer. Now, Superman, I'm pretty sure, is a lot faster than Thragg. So I do think Superman would be able to beat Space Racer. And not only that, I do have a feeling those beams probably could harm Superman, but Superman I feel like has tanked a lot worse throughout history. So yeah, I mean Superman goes up against those type of beams on the daily. So yeah, Superman would definitely beat Space Racer. Next up we got Darth Vader. Now, if Darth Vader is in his space pod or a TIE fighter, whatever, low-key that could be a good space battle. Space Racer versus Darth Vader, because we all know Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker is a great pilot. However, Space Racer is a very good marksman, and I just have a feeling he will just be able to hit Darth Vader, and that ship will not be able to stand or tank those beams. So yeah, I do think Darth Vader would lose. Next up, we have got Magneto. Now, if Space Racer managed to get to Earth to hunt down Magneto, I do think Magneto could put up a good fight, considering, I mean, his magnetic powers. I do think Magneto could possibly control his bike or his pistol, because even though they are like an alien metal, it is still metal, I'm assuming, right? So I do think Magneto could have a chance of beating Space Racer. However, Magneto is still human. So if Space Racer just manages to get hit into Magneto, that beam is just going to go straight through Magneto and into the core of the Earth or whatever he shot. So yeah, I don't think Magneto could beat Space Racer unless Magneto is absolutely like angry and he doesn't care about the destruction. But let me know your thoughts down below. Next up, we have got the Hulk. Now, we all know the Hulk can survive in space, whatever planet, blah blah blah. But I do think Space Racer would lose. We all know Hulk, the GOAT, has tanked a lot worse and has survived. Hulk's durability is insane. He's pretty much immortal. So yeah, I do think he'd be able to tank Space Racer's beams. And if he can tank those, I'm pretty sure he can just jump at Space Racer, whether he's on Earth, on another planet, wherever he is. Yeah, Hulk would absolutely destroy that pistol, that bike, and Space Racer himself. It would be an easy win for Hulk, I can't lie. So yeah. Next up we got Homelander. Now we all know Homelander, a bit of a B-Tech Superman. However, he is still very strong. Homelander has tanked quite a lot of stuff. However, those are more like human type of machinery or technology. Space Racer has some advanced alien tech, whose pistol can literally, like I said, it's like the Star Wars Death Star, but in his pistol. It is crazy. So yeah, I do think Homelander would lose though. Space Racer would beat Homelander. Because although Homelander is fast and can fly, and I think he can breathe in space, I do think Space Racer's bike is a lot faster than Homelander. I mean, he's able to outrun Thragg. So yeah, I do think Space Racer could beat Homelander. Next up, we have got Thor, the God of Thunder. Now, Thor's durability and strength and speed is up there with Superman and Hulk. So, I mean, let's just be honest here. Thor would absolutely smoke Space Racer. Doesn't matter what the territory is, what the terrain is, Thor would win. Simple. Next up, we got Silver Surfer, and yeah, let's just not play about. We all know Silver Surfer, whether it's Charlotte Ball or Norman Rad. Yeah, Silver Surfer would absolutely speed blitz Space Racer. Because I do think even if a Space Racer manages to get a shot at Silver Surfer, I do think he'd just be able to like phase through the beam. So yeah. Next up, we got Spider-Man. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I do think Space Racer could win. Although Spider-Man is stronger, I don't think he could dodge those beams. I don't think his Spidey sense would be that quick. I might be wrong. I do think Space Racer would be able to shoot Spider-Man. Pretty simple. And finally, we got Thragg. Now, like I did say earlier when I gave the context, Thragg was able to overwhelm him. However, he didn't actually technically beat Space Racer. None of them have technically beaten each other. However, Space Racer, I'm pretty sure, would lose, considering he just ran away. I think Thragg is just too fast for Space Racer. So yeah, I do think Thragg would beat Space Racer. So yeah. I can't lie, these are just my thoughts on these fictional characters' chances, or who I think would win, Space Racer or these fictional characters. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and have yourselves a great day. See ya.